Hello, welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate, and welcome back. Either way, this is the weekly reading for this week. Currently is March 1st, so 1st to the 7th. That made it easier. I'm honestly very bad at adding 7 in my mind for whatever reason. Other numbers are fine, but that one, not so much. Okay. So this is your weekly reading for March 1st to 7th. This was a collective energy reading. And one of the things that I'm feeling at this time is that we're in need of, sorry, my phone's been quite wacky today. One of the things that I feel like we're in need of, speaking of which, is grounding. So that's what I'm feeling we're being called towards. I'm hearing frankincense a lot as, a useful essential oil to be, or, resin if you have that. And I also found these plant ally talisman cards and thought I might spend some time kind of with earth symbolism today. I don't always pick a specialty, but with groundedness, we need to focus on things of the natural world and returning to our true nature. Another one of the things that keeps, I'm just going to keep shuffling these. Another one of the things that keeps popping into my mind this week for the collective energy is that we're planting seeds. So not only is it about getting grounded ourselves, being in the ground, it's also about doing the work. So like digging, this is what I think of with March, I guess, right? Is like digging the holes and putting in the seeds and really making sure that you are setting up for the next stage of your life, right? For the next season of growth, summer. Okay. Chamomile and hyssop were the two that came out. So not even looking at the poems, my eyes aren't even going there. Not even looking at the poems, I'm just going to speak about these two, these two plants here. So chamomile, very much for bringing a sense of gentleness. I also immediately always think of children whenever I hear chamomile. Chamomile is often used with children's disorders because it is more, it's less likely to be sensitive to it. And it helps with sleep. It helps with calming the nervous system. Chamomile also has this like cleansing, sort of astringent quality. So I think about like wringing out, so like immediate image that I just got was like a mother wringing out a cold face cloth, like for someone who has a fever. And so I know when I was a little girl, I used to get hot and like overheat. Like, I guess it's a typical Pitta thing, or Aries. I would overheat a lot and feel ill. And so would always put like a cold face cloth either on my belly or on my forehead. So there's something soothing. And I'm also, because I'm getting, showing you this piece of me, I'm feeling it's very solar plexus and very third eye related. And a lot of the clients I've been seeing have been going through very similar challenges. You're either feeling like you can't quite see far enough ahead, or that your dreams are blocked, or that your dreams are excessive. You're maybe not making sense of them. And also that you are feeling, I've been hearing more stomach complaints, like people have been getting even stomach bugs or things like that, right? But something affecting the stomach, and issues of confidence, and really facing up to how do you feel about yourself in this new chapter? Are you seeing yourself accurately, right? Because in our solar plexus, our ego, our confidence and willpower can kind of be at odds with our fear and our self-esteem, where we lack in self-esteem. And so it can sort of go between these two things. And what you're doing is trying to find that even ground where you do feel certain, because to be overconfident, you're actually not very certain. Have you ever experienced that where you feel really, really confident about something, but it's actually, when you look at it, you go, oh, I really was just saying that. I was just saying I was confident about something so that it would go well, right? Or I was just, people say they're faking it till they're making it, right? So I was just faking that I was confident, and actually I wasn't. So really that's a severe pendulum swing, because there's obviously a deep enough fear to counteract how confident you're being. I don't know whether it's a direct correlation, to be honest, like all the time. for how confident someone is, for how scared they are. And it doesn't mean to say that if you're a confident person, like I would say most of the time I'm a fairly confident person, it doesn't necessarily mean also that that's mixed with, if you are confident, then there has to be, well, you know what, actually, as I'm saying that, no, I am confident because I have a great deal of fear and I choose the path, most of the time that serves me better, which is to be in this feeling of confidence. But I can tell you there have been times in my life where I've felt as though I needed more confidence than I even had. I needed to act more confident than what I felt. And there are times where that's helpful and there are times where it's not. And chamomile is one of those things that can help you soften and just be in that place of, it's okay right now. It's like a warm hug. And if you don't like chamomile tea, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to dislike chamomile oils or scents as well. But it may be that you choose to consume it like in a different way. But a chamomile tea is a perfect way to easily connect with this if you don't happen to have essential oils or, flower essences or things like that. Oh, a flower essence for chamomile would be really soft and nice. Flower essences are a lot more subtle than essential oils, so it's like very kind of etheric to me. All right, and then we have hyssop, and I promise I will read the poems after, but we have hyssop here. And hyssop, so if chamomile is like with children, hyssop I associate with mothers, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that, but that would be, a phase that I would put it in. This is also because I tend to use it with my own mother when I make essential oil blends for her. There just happens to be something, so it could just be a personal association. The hyssop, I'm feeling there's a strengthening happening. Strengthening of cords is what I'm hearing. Strengthening of cords. So that could be cords between you and another person. And it could also be strengthening of your attachments towards yourself, like the cord. I see like your spinal cord. You're strengthening your spinal cord potentially. You could be doing some exercises maybe. I'm really, really actually getting very drawn to the vertebrae. So you might have been doing some work with your back lately. Let me know in the comments if you're doing some work with manipulating, vertebrae or your back. Or I personally have been. This is funny because I didn't think about this as being part of a collective energy. I thought this was just a weird thing I was going through, but I've been really, really focused on the specific areas of my back, how posture could be. Like I'm actually sitting differently today than I have been in a while. Bringing more mindfulness back into the various parts of my spine and how they speak to each other. So that's been really fun. Might be time to learn a bit about that if you don't know anything about the spine, or if you've learned a bit about the chakras, you can now look at the spine and say, how do those specific vertebrae align with the specific energies of the body, and therefore wherever I'm feeling pain, there might also be there is pain. There probably is a physical, like a subluxation or something going on, like pinched nerve or something like that going on with a spot of pain in your body, but it could also be imbalances due to a variety of things. And one of those things is like emotions and energy that you're surrounded by. And so spiritual energy also goes into that camp. So hyssop also, I feel like, is bringing, okay, I'm getting like a lightning rod, like a bolt in a bolt. That's okay. So a bolt, maybe a lightning bolt, but if that resonates with you. But I'm getting that you're feeling it's going to help you feel bolted into the ground. I can't describe it other than that. Okay, I'm going to read these poems now. For chamomile. In the winter of the soul, chamomile envelops the heart like a blanket, warmed by the wood stove, bringing quiet, comfort, and a reminder that summer is a state of mind. We can call on this friendship anytime we need to for a belly laugh and a safe place to rest. So, I mean, currently where I am in Canada, it's still winter. So this winter of the soul and chamomile really like bringing you in, and that warmth, like that is what it feels like. It feels like safety. It feels like warmth. It feels like, a peaceful herbal drink in a cup. Like that's what this vibe is of chamomile, separate, but this poem as well. I'm also getting the feeling like there's a lot in the collective. I've been feeling really fiery lately. And one of those things that happens when I feel really fiery is that it sort of brings a bunch of things up to the surface. Okay. So this is interesting. I don't think I'm going to do oracle cards here today, folks. Sorry if you get really excited for those and you're expecting that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do a pick a card right after this, but right now, weekly reading, I'm just going to speak because I think I'm getting drawn to just show you how I speak, without the cards as well can still be on message. I think that's an important thing to show. So I'm feeling here that for this weekly energy for currently what's going on, that there is some anger and fire, some agitation within the collective that is bubbling, boiling. I personally often, receive things just before other people kind of start going through them. And I have to say, I had so much unprocessed anger that, I finally landed in a bit of a safe spot in my life. And I think when we do that, sometimes it allows us then to be able to open up what was hiding in Pandora's box this whole time we were, on our journey. And so it was one of those times where I just, okay, let's unpack what's going on in here. What's going on in my liver, what's going on in my kidneys, my gallbladder and things, these organs holding different emotions. And so I started, processing these things at the same time. I've also been detoxing from sugar. So it's been a really interesting time. And I think this summer energy is like, I feel like I'm currently in like spring cleaning mode already. So I feel like I'm before the seasons right now. And so I'm almost thinking, am I going to burn out by the time summer comes? Because I associate summer with doing a lot more and having this energy. But what I have realized through that and what I hope to pass on to you is that you can be in whatever season of life at any given time. And it doesn't necessarily have to match the energy of summer during summer. So if you're currently feeling burnt out and going, am I even going to enjoy myself this summer? I'm hearing some sort of time-based woes going on in the collective, time-based woes, and wanting to plan for a really positive summer, but currently feeling drained and uncertain of if you're going to be able to enjoy that summer is what I'm hearing. So yeah, rest easy, find solace in the friendships that you currently have around you, and continue deepening your expression of play and joy. I really, really feel as though chamomile is bringing that childhood self so that we can just be like, you know what? Like, is this something you would have worried about as a kid? Maybe not. Maybe there's other reasons why, I know that when you get older, you have to take on different responsibilities and things. But there's a lot to be learned from the perspective of, could I see this from a child's mind just for this moment? Can I see my adult problems with a child's mind and really discern how I'm feeling or how my inner child is feeling about these things? I got a lot of goosebumps just saying that. So I feel like that's solid point. You got to take that one home. Okay, what else for weekly energy? Let's get an animal. That's earth related, groundedness and connected, plants and animals. So whenever you feel spinny, a little off kilter, a lot of out of control or out of alignment, it's, cueing you to return to your true nature. And nature is the truth. We're part of nature. That's truth. Nature is, the way of things. So it feels as though if you are concerned about whether you're or not you're currently in alignment, go out to nature and see what nature shares with you and tells you. I'm going later this year, I'm going to create some content around talking with trees and communing with nature a little bit more. I don't feel confident enough yet to show you a video of me, talking to squirrels. Or I honestly think too, there's something about the magic that, like, I don't know how they got Snow White on film, but like, there's something about the magic of it being in the moment, and it feels odd to film. So I'm just waiting until a better time to show you what that connection can do. Because so often we're seeking answers that are not ours to find. And, our questions change. I find when we go to nature, sometimes our questions change. Now it's funny. I said that I wasn't going to do cards, and then I just pulled animal cards out of habit. So there you go. This is still the collective energy. I'll wrap it up with these animal cards. Your guidance for this week, because of this energy, is groundedness. So you know what? I will put out a couple videos this week about different ways to ground, because that's honestly what I was going to do anyway. So it works. It works. And I won't go into great detail here. You can just look out for those. And let me know if there's anything that you are curious about as it comes to groundedness. I would love to answer more questions and things, because I do get questions coming in like through my inbox, and then I forget to come out and, make a video about it. But yeah, so if you have any questions about this stuff, how it works, I would love to know. I would love to know. All right. Moving on. So currently our energy, I've been getting this in a lot of readings, so any clients within the past week might chuckle seeing this. So this is Frog Spirit, and says, clear out the clutter. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that on like a body level. I'm doing it on a home level as well, making sure my stuff is prepped. I'm actually at this beach house for the next few months, and then I'm gone. So very exciting time to be sort of clearing, and I feel it's like really making space for what that next phase is going to look like. And then the Badger Spirit is be fearless and bold. So I will also share this. I feel as though there are many timelines being changed in the collective. So many timelines changing requires a lot of flexibility and fluidity, a lot of that sacral energy of being able to create and adapt and move, this be fearless and bold feels like doing something in a different slice of your life. So if you took your life and put it in a pie chart, which you'll do in the Align Your Life process, if you do that with me, you take your life and you put it in a pie chart, and then, say whatever the main categories are of your life that are important to you. They can be whatever they look like. I'll explain this if you end up doing the process with me, but it's part of the life audit process, is taking all the different categories of your life. And then what it feels like at this time is taking a bold and a fearless step towards one of the pie pieces that is currently lower or tapped out. So it's about really addressing, actually going towards something that's really not working. So it could be whatever that is in your life, right? If it's your finances, it could be taking a look at your finances, actually opening these things, right? To really view them. If it is, your eating or your body, like me, like I really wanted to go through just another cycle of growth and change, and really was craving just working with my body more. There was something about the shape shifting and working with my body and transformation that was really drawing me in. So I would say, physical health compared to all the other aspects of my life going fairly well, that one was fairly low. So that was the perfect one for me to start actioning out. But there is a sense of hesitation or trepidation towards acting this out. But just know that if you're feeling called to do it, that's because you're meant to do it, and you can go ahead, and the obstacles will be removed because you set your heart into it. So Badger and Frog Spirit for this week. And I'm going to read the Hyssop. I never read the Hyssop poem. Oh, I'm all over the place today. Clearly, I need to be grounded as well. I feel a lot more grounded, but there must be more coming. You're going to see me later this week, and I'll just be like, hey, what's up? Like, so chill. I think that's funny. That's like a fire person's impression of an earth person. Like, I love the earth people in my life, but like that would be how I would describe the energy. It was like, hey, like comparatively, just funny. It's funny to laugh at ourselves. Yeah. Okay. So for Hyssop, it says, clear the decks, wash your feet, purge all the messy closets that reside inside your mind. Become still. You are safe. You are home. So very much about safety, very much about feeling at home. So definitely clearing these root blocks and becoming still. So finding a grounded, centered moment and clearing things out of the way that need to be cleared out of your mind or your space or whatever. That wrapped up everything, didn't it? Hyssop, that was good. Awesome. So that's the collective energy for this week of March 1st. And I would love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing this week. And you can drop a comment below. You can like and subscribe. And if you look in the description box, you'll see all of my services or like links so that you can go to my site and check those out. I just did an update on my services actually. And so the services are now in sort of different categories because I have a few things coming out this year and I sort of needed to do that for my own lens. And so if you'd love to, do an aromatherapy consultation or love readings, I now have, they're up, they're going to be longer because I love talking in a love reading and 30 minutes is not enough. So I have those up. And then I have the Align Your Life service as well, and executive energetic stuff. So you can check out all of that. If you are ever on my site though, and you are curious about what to do because you've never really done this kind of work, I do get people messaging me who like go, I don't really know what to do, but I feel like I should see you. So if that's you, you can just book intuitive healing guidance. It's a pretty good overall, like I just bring myself to the table and my variety of tools are all here. And, I work with you based on what you present with, where you're at that moment. So, yeah, that's that. And then there's the deep shamanic journey session as well, which is kind of very different than some of the other ones. And I've added a new song and spirit session. So that is by the request of some of my clients. I do end up singing in our sessions or drumming or various vocalizations and things. It gets a little funky. So if you'd like just one of those kinds of sessions, I can do that. It would be like kind of meditative, relaxing, and meant for you, but a little more musical, a little bit more, receiving, like you sit there and sort of absorb it, which is sort of nice. Not as much work as some of my other services, if you're looking for something like that. So that's what's going on there. I'm going to put up a March update video either today or tomorrow, probably, that explains, what's going on in March. And yeah, so you can kind of keep tuned because it's a busy month. I've got a Sunday Soul Circle coming up. That's the first one that we've done. And it'll be just at the end of the Align Your Life Challenge week. So I will create a March update and Align Your Life Challenge announcement so you can stay tuned to that. But I'm really looking forward to it and so hoping that some of you join us. I think it'll be really cool. I'm always like amazed at what happens when people focus on life alignment in a pointed way. And when people start working with me on this process, I see so many wild changes that, it's usually we're both sort of remarking, like me and the client, we're both going, this is like, I couldn't have even imagined this being the way that this would turn out when we first started talking, and for an intuitive, that's saying a lot. Awesome. So that's everything. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and yeah, we'll chat soon. Take